Hey everybody, it is Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and I'm coming to you tonight from the garage, and man oh man, do we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got to talk about a gun, me meeting a fan at my local range, and also talk about what happened in California when it comes to Judge Roger Benitez overturning the California assault weapons ban. And of course, I got to talk about what I think is going to happen and kind of temper people's hopes and dreams and all that kind of stuff. But let's talk about the gun first. Man, I took this. Let me see if it's right. It's the JP Enterprises, the GMR-15. This is the Generation 1. This is on loan to the channel from my friend D. And let's just say this might be the most accurate PCC I have ever shot. This thing was a ton of fun. Just wow. This thing is really, really cool. And it kind of blew me away. You know, I knew it was going to be fun. I mean, after all, I love 9mm carbines. This thing was amazing. I shot it well. My wife shot it well. She absolutely loved this thing. This thing was just so much fun. I couldn't believe it. There's still things about this that I'm not really a big fan of. I kind of wish it would use the Colt mags over the Glock mags. I know a lot of you guys, and this is one of the big contentious points I have with many people that watch my content. So many people out there are like, does it take Glock mags? That's the most important thing. And, you know, they want that mag compatibility. I just don't personally think that for PCCs, Glock mags are the best option. I don't like how they go into the gun at a slanted angle, especially because it's outside of the pistol grip. I don't like how it feeds from a single point. I prefer the dual feed. I just find like the Colt SMG and Uzi style magazines are just a little bit better for 9mm. Or I wish more magazines could be used in guns that are like MP5s. Like, man, MP5 mags are awesome because you get a lot of firepower in the smallest package that you possibly can. So I wish more PCCs used MP5 magazines. I'm just not a big fan of using these Glock mags. I mean, they work. I didn't have any problems with it. But that's one thing I didn't like about it. And I also find that when you're trying to drop the magazines fast because they're at an angle, they don't always come out of there right if the gun is not held at the right direction. This is coming out just fine right now. The other feature of this gun that I thought I would actually like and use more is the side charger. And I really didn't use it. I just kind of prefer to use the standard manual of arms of the ping pong paddle and the charging handle, kind of where they typically are on an AR-15. I think this is really well designed, and I would have to say for a side charger on an AR-15, this might be the nicest one. It's the most sturdy. I just didn't find it practical or useful. One of the things I wish you could do with this is if you pulled the charging handle back, you could make it where you could push that ping pong paddle down easier to lock the bolt open. It's not very ergonomic. I'm able to do it there, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. What else? Besides that, this thing was just awesome. I couldn't believe it. And, yeah. And, of course, it's outfitted with this awesome Trigicon. And, actually, I left it on from the range. So let me go ahead and turn that off. There we go. Yeah, this thing was awesome. And I didn't need to adjust it all that much. And this thing was just shooting awesome. So, hopefully you guys will see the review on this soon. So, yeah, thank you, D, for lending this awesome firearm to the channel. So, I'll start editing that footage and put together the range report on that. Now let's start talking about the next cool thing. I was really humbled tonight because I mentioned in last night's video that I was reached out to by I put this in air quotes, a fan, somebody that's like, hey, I like your content a lot, I watch you, I'm going to be in the Dallas area. I'd like to meet you. Can I, you know, come up to where your range is and meet you? I was like, sure, you know. I had to film this gun anyway. So I was like, sure, come on up. Let's chat. Let's talk. He was in town with his wife because they just got married. Yeah, so like literally like a couple of days ago. So I guess it was kind of like their honeymoon. They came to the Dallas area and was doing all like the touristy things, which is awesome. And he even brought me a gift. He brought me an AR-15 magazine with something kind of funny on it. I like it. Yeah, the No Step on Snake. The Gadsden flag. You know, it's kind of the cartoony, funny version of that. I like that. So that's awesome. His name was Rudy, or is Rudy, and his beautiful bride's name is Anna. They came up. We got to hang out for a little bit at the Frisco Gun Club. I took him to the private VIP lanes where I always shoot all of my range footage. After I was done filming this, everybody got to shoot it, have some fun. Everybody loved it. That was so much fun. And what was really interesting about it is because, I guess because I interact with enough people in this area that know me. From my good friend who's an FFL SOT to another guy that owns, well, he's kind of on like the gun show circuit. He has a FFL. I have subscribers that lend me guns and things that I just kind of feel like, yeah, I never think that I'm anybody special or whatever. But this guy, Rudy, he met me and he's like, I can't believe it's really you. I'm just an average guy. It's all I am. So it was kind of humbling that somebody enjoyed my content that much and was like kind of dumbfounded to meet me. They're like, I can't believe it. It's like, no, seriously, I'm nobody special. So it was like a huge, like, ego boost. Maybe that's not good. And you guys might laugh and go, oh, God, his head's going to get humongous, even bigger than it actually already is. Yeah, so that was awesome. Got to spend some time with them. My wife and I had a great time chatting with them. And, yeah, so how else would you want to spend your honeymoon? I mean, how else could you spend it better than coming to see the Texas Gun Vault, huh? Whoa. Anyway, let's see. What else? Oh, yeah. Let's talk about California. Probably the big thing all of you guys want to hear me talk about. As you guys know, and as I predicted, which it was not a big, prediction because everyone knew this was going to happen, Roger Benitez out of the District Court in Southern California, he overturned California's assault weapons ban, and his opinion, from what I have gathered, I have not read it yet, appears to be very well written. He takes a no BS approach to what the state was trying to do, and he tries to follow the Supreme Court precedent of Heller and Bruin and all that. It seems to be just well written and all this kind of stuff. And of course, like his other thing where he overturned the magazine ban, he gives a 10-day injunction on his ruling so the state can appeal to the Ninth Circuit. And here's the deal. Guys, I know a lot of people are out there celebrating and this and that. There's no time to celebrate. We already know what the Ninth Circuit's going to do. If the Ninth Circuit is going to play games with the magazine ban, they're going to play games with this one. Trust me. You're going to see an injunction immediately. But now the clock's ticking on a whole new thing. It's going to be a 3-judge panel, okay? Most likely this one won't be an en banc thing. And then here we go all again to re-adjudicate it all again. And then about a year and a half, we'll get another ruling one way or the other. And then it'll be appealed. And this has to go to an en banc hearing. And it's going to be another year to 2 years. And then we all know the Ninth Circuit will uphold the California assault weapons ban, and then it will maybe go to the Supreme Court, maybe, if they decide to take it. And by that time, the makeup of the Supreme Court could be very different than what it is today. So I think it's a good step in the right direction, but for those of you that are celebrating and may not understand how our legal system works, don't celebrate just yet. We still got a long way to go. I'm not going to be super down about this one. As I said, you already know my predictions. Nothing's going to happen. It will get appealed, and there will be a stay on the order from the Ninth Circuit. We already know that. We already know that. It doesn't matter how well written the opinion is of Judge Benitez. It doesn't matter if it's to the letter of the law of what the Supreme Court has said. It does not matter because the Ninth Circuit does not follow law. They don't follow precedent. They want to give the Supreme Court a big old middle finger. We already know all these things. It's going to happen. And so I hope that the previous case with the magazine ban has at least given you realistic expectations. Before you start typing, oh my God, their hands are tied, they can't do anything. Yeah, they don't have to follow anything the Supreme Court says because they can't be held accountable. There's no oversight. They're autonomous in a way. I mean, the Supreme Court can't tell them how to rule. You know, all the Supreme Court can do is take their ruling and overturn it. And when they get overturned, it's not like they get punished or reprimanded or any of that. So don't expect any of that, and expect them, like always, to drag everything out as long as humanly possible. That's just what's going to happen. So I'm very happy for the ruling. I think it's great. I need to read it, but it sounds like from what I've heard from the Four Boxes Diner and a few other people that have read it so far, that it's a well-crafted opinion, and it just dissects everything, and that's awesome. It's awesome. But we'll just have to see. But don't be celebrating. You know, just like the magazine stuff, you won't be able to buy AR-15s in California anytime soon. But I think the next case that's coming down to be decided is the, what's it called, the roster, the handgun roster thing. So that will probably be overturned as well, and we're going to go through the whole rigmarole. Man, I don't understand how people can live in California. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So anyway, that's all that I want to talk about. I'll try to get around to reading that ruling maybe tomorrow. But I don't think there's really anything I can say that hasn't been said. But while I'm happy, I don't think you guys should go out there celebrating. And because we all know that the Ninth Circuit is just going to play games. So don't be surprised in 2 or 3 days. Who knows, maybe as early as tomorrow or as early as Monday, you'll see the injunction given by the Ninth Circuit, and this whole thing gets stopped. So there you go. Thank you, Rudy, for the awesome gift. It was an absolute pleasure to meet you and your beautiful bride. And we had a great time chatting with you. And Dee, thank you for lending such an amazing gun once again to the channel, because this just blew me away. This blew me away. It might not be my favorite PCC of all time, but it's definitely one of the best shooting, if not the best shooting. Just simply, wow. So anyway, that's the Garage Gun Talk for tonight. I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening, and I look forward to seeing what you guys have to say in the comment section below about anything I talked about tonight. I just love coming to you guys every night and talking to you in this informal way. So, as always, thanks for watching.